Imagine waking up to find $40,000 in your bank account every single day. That's not a fantasy, it's a reality for Charlie Morgan, a 25-year-old YouTuber who's cracked the code to making millions of dollars online. And the craziest thing is he was able to profit that much with a channel that wasn't even 100,000 subscribers. And today I'm going to break down exactly how Charlie achieved this remarkable success. And more importantly, I'll show you how to apply these strategies to skyrocket your own YouTube channel and online business. Hi, my name is Shane, and I've spent years studying the most successful YouTubers and online entrepreneurs. I've also grown my own channel to nearly 1 million subscribers, and I've helped hundreds of YouTubers and business owners just like you to leverage YouTube to dramatically grow their reach and revenue. And Charlie's story is fascinating because he's not just another influencer chasing views. He's built a real business empire using YouTube as the engine. So whether you're a coach, consultant, agency owner, course creator, or you're a creator that wants to monetize your channel better, there are crucial lessons here that you can apply immediately. So Charlie's journey began at age 17 when he saw an ad from controversial internet marketer Tai Lopez. Now, say what you want about Tai, but that ad sparked something in Charlie. He realized the incredible potential of online business. And like many of us, Charlie's first attempts at entrepreneurship were a string of failures. He tried just about every online business opportunity and passive income opportunity out there, and nothing seemed to stick. And I can relate to this struggle. When I first started my YouTube channel, I made dozens of videos that barely cracked 100 views. And at the same time, I was trying just about every business model out there and failing. And it's really easy to get discouraged in those early days. But here's the thing, those failures are just an essential part of the process. Each misstep taught Charlie valuable lessons about online business, marketing, and most importantly, himself. And Charlie's journey reminds me of climbing Mount Everest. He started at the bottom with nothing but determination, and there were treacherous paths, moments of doubt, and seemingly insurmountable obstacles, but step by step, lesson by lesson, he kept pushing forward. And now he's at the peak, enjoying a view that very few ever get to see. So what was the turning point? How did Charlie go from struggling entrepreneur to YouTube millionaire? Well, it all comes down to one word: focus. Charlie realized that trying to juggle multiple products and businesses was holding him back. So he made a bold decision to go all in on a single high-ticket offer. And this might seem counterintuitive. Shouldn't you diversify to reduce risk? Not necessarily, especially when you're starting out. Warren Buffett, arguably the greatest investor of all time, once said, "Diversification is protection against ignorance." It makes little sense if you know what you're doing. And Bill Gates echoed this sentiment, saying, "I chose to focus on one thing. I gave up everything else to do it." Now, Charlie took this advice to heart, and he turned down multiple opportunities to create new products or start new ventures. Instead, he poured all of his energy into perfecting his core offer and the system to sell it. And at first, this was his agency that helped gyms get customers called Northflow Consulting. And this laser focus allowed Charlie to become the undisputed expert in his niche, even though he was in the exact same niche as Alex Hormozi. When you're the best at what you do, success follows naturally. Now, I've seen this play out time and time again with my coaching clients. Those who try to be everything to everyone often struggle, but the ones that niche down and become a go-to authority in a specific area, they're the ones who break through to 6 and even 7 figures. Now, of course, focus alone isn't enough. You need something worth focusing on. And this brings us to Charlie's next key to success: creating an absolutely killer product. After he scaled his agency to 7 figures, he decided he wanted to create a product teaching other agency owners how they can scale to 7 figures as well. And he wanted to focus on client acquisition, since that is one of the most difficult parts of running an agency. And so he started a coaching program called Imperium Acquisition. And the first version of this coaching program took him a very long time to make, but the second version, Easy Grow, took him nearly a year of working all day, every single day to make. And between the two programs, he probably spent 10,000 hours developing his product. And Charlie's teaching style and his focus on product and making sure that you actually have a good product really reminds me of Sam Ovens. I took Sam Ovens' Consulting Accelerator program back in the day, and it was one of the best courses I'd ever taken. And I could tell he put a ton of time and effort into it. And it looks like Charlie took a page from his book. He tested different strategies, refined his systems, and obsessed over every detail. And I think Charlie's motto puts it even more bluntly: the more you suffer in creation, the better your product will be. And this intense dedication to quality sets Charlie apart from 99% of online gurus. When you have a truly superior product, marketing becomes infinitely easier. Your customers become raving fans who can't help but spread the word. But although his product is very good, that's not his real secret to success. His real secret is his content strategy. So let's talk about how Charlie uses YouTube to market his offer. And this is where things get really interesting, because early on, Charlie fell into the trap of trying to create highly polished, overly produced content. He thought thought that fancy graphics and lots of editing were the keys to success. But then he had a revelation. The videos that performed the best weren't the ones with the highest production value. They were the raw, authentic videos where he simply shared valuable information. And this led Charlie to develop what he calls the make what you'd watch principle. The idea is simple. Create the kind of content you'd actually want to consume yourself. And for Charlie, this meant stripping things back to the basics. Many of his most successful videos feature nothing more than Charlie standing in front of a whiteboard, breaking down complex concepts. And it appears that he's actually filming with a phone. Now, this approach works for several reasons. It positions Charlie as an expert and educator, not just another influencer. The simplicity allows viewers to focus on the valuable content, not fancy effects. It also tends to attract a more sophisticated audience that doesn't need to be stimulated every 1 to 3 seconds, aka people that actually have money, and it's highly scalable. Charlie can crank out multiple videos per week with minimal production time. So the lesson is clear here. Substance trumps style every time. And especially if you're trying to appeal to a B2B or sophisticated audience, your audience craves real value, not empty calories. Now, this next part might be controversial because it goes against a lot of common YouTube advice, but it's clearly been a game changer for Charlie, and it could be for you as well. I'm talking about Charlie's unconventional approach to video thumbnails. Charlie throws all of that out the window. His thumbnails are about as basic as it gets. Often it's just a simple headshot with plain text, and sometimes no text at all. Now, you might be thinking, isn't this leaving views on the table? Won't a fancier thumbnail get more clicks? And that might be true in the short term, but Charlie is playing the long game. He understands that authenticity trumps manipulation every time. Think about it. When you see a super clickbaity thumbnail, what's your reaction? If you're like most people, you're skeptical. You might click out of curiosity, but you're going to be on guard and you're ready to be disappointed. On the other hand, when you see a simple, straightforward thumbnail, it signals confidence. It says, my content is so good, I don't need gimmicks to get you to click. In other words, it's a pattern interrupt. When everyone else was zigging, Charlie zagged. When everyone else was making super highly edited content with clickbait thumbnails, Charlie made raw, authentic content with really simple thumbnails. And although it may not have grown his channel as fast at first, it attracted a loyal audience that appreciated the authenticity. And this brings us to one of the most crucial elements of Charlie's success, his unwavering commitment to transparency and honesty. In an industry filled with get-rich-quick schemes and empty promises, Charlie stands out by being refreshingly straightforward. And this is especially evident in his approach to video sales letters. Instead of relying on hyped-up claims and manipulative tactics, Charlie simply lays out the facts. He's not afraid to talk about the hard work required to succeed, and this is not just in his VSLs, but also in his YouTube content in general. He's not afraid to talk about the hard work required to succeed. He openly discusses his own struggles and failures, and he's crystal clear about who his program is for and who it's not for. And here's a quote from Charlie that perfectly encapsulates this philosophy. The worse someone's product is, the more they have to spend on marketing to get it to work. Think about that for a moment. When you have a genuinely great offer, you don't need fancy marketing tricks. The results speak for themselves. Now that we've covered Charlie's content strategy, let's dive into how he actually converts viewers into high-ticket clients. Charlie's sales funnel is a masterclass in simplicity and effectiveness. No convoluted email sequences, just a straightforward path from viewer to customer. And here's how to break it down. He's got a YouTube video, and he has a call to action to book a free strategy call, and he's very open that it is a sales call. He is trying to sell you something. In fact, he'll say that in his videos. Then it's the sales call, and then it's a high ticket offer. That's it. No low ticket offers, no fancy email sequences, just 4 steps from cold traffic to a 5-figure client. And the beauty of his funnel is in its elegance and simplicity. Each step seamlessly flows into the next. And by the time someone gets on a sales call, they're already pre-sold on working with Charlie. And think of a good sales funnel like a well-oiled machine. Each part plays a crucial role in turning viewers into customers. Remove any piece and the whole system falls apart. Or mess up on any piece and the whole system falls apart as well. And so keeping a very simple, elegant sales funnel can sometimes be a massive advantage. Now, another lesson here is that when you attract a B2B or sophisticated audience, aka people that actually have money, you don't need to get fancy with your marketing. They know what's up, they know that you're selling a product or service that solves their problem, and they're smart enough to know that if it's something like a coaching program, it's gonna cost a lot of money. And so in many cases, you can actually be very direct and straightforward with them, and this works incredibly well. Just as an example, when I started this channel, I literally just had a Calendly link in my description, and I was very clear that I was going to sell them something. It's a coaching program. And I ended up making $30,000 in my first 30 days after starting this channel. account. So this can be incredibly effective for the right type of audience. So you might be wondering, how does Charlie manage to run a multi-million-dollar per month business? Well, the answer lies in his approach to team building and operational efficiency. Unlike many entrepreneurs who try to do everything themselves, Charlie understood the importance of delegation from day one. He focused on his unique strengths, which is giving value, creating content, and creating the product itself. And then he built out a team to handle everything else. So there's a really good book on this called Traction. And in this book, you basically have two different types of entrepreneurs. You have visionaries and integrators. The visionary is the person who is usually the face of the company, and they usually decide on the big picture of what the company is going to be doing and the direction that it's going to be heading. In many cases, they're also going to be the head of marketing too. And then the integrator is the person who basically takes care of the day-to-day stuff that you absolutely have to do in a company. And so Charlie is the visionary and his business partner is the integrator. And you see this relationship time and time again with successful companies. Just as an example, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. Steve Jobs was the visionary, Steve Wozniak was the integrator. And then Charlie also built out a team that took care of everything else. So video editor, he has a team of sales reps and a sales manager, and then he has his coaches inside of the program as well as customer support. That's it. No bloated management structure, no unnecessary positions, just the essential roles needed to keep the machine running smoothly. And this lean approach allows Charlie to maintain incredibly high profit margins while still delivering exceptional value to his clients. Now, we've covered a lot of the tactical advice, but let's talk about something equally important. In fact, it might even be more important, and that is mindset. Charlie's success isn't just due to clever marketing or a great product, it's rooted in an unwavering work ethic and a growth-oriented mindset. One of Charlie's core philosophies is what he calls better every day. The concept is simple. Focus on improving just 1% each day in your chosen field. And here's how Charlie puts it. If you pick one thing and every day you go to sleep a little bit better at that thing than when you woke up, give it 7 years and you'll be a millionaire. And this approach is powerful because it makes massive growth feel achievable. You're not trying to become an overnight success, you're just aiming for tiny, consistent improvements. But those improvements compound over time. And after a year of 1% daily growth, you're 37 times better than when you started. And after 7 years, you're in a completely different league. Now, it's easy to look at Charlie's success and assume everything was smooth sailing. But like any entrepreneurial journey, there were plenty of obstacles along the way. One story that really illustrates Charlie's determination happened early in his career. When Charlie was first building his agency, he literally would cold call 16 hours a day. Now, if you've never cold called before, it's difficult to even do cold calling even 1 or 2 hours a day. It's incredibly stressful and it drains your energy. And he would cold call 16 hours a day. Basically, every moment he was awake, he was cold calling. That is absolutely insane. And that reminds me of myself when I first started my YouTube channel. I was absolutely dedicated to being successful on YouTube, and so there were days when I would record 12 videos per day. There were even 2 times where I recorded 18 videos in a single day. I was absolutely dedicated to becoming successful on YouTube, and I would do whatever it takes to get there. And pushing through, especially when you're first starting your business, is incredibly important. And he understood that these struggles were part of the process, not roadblocks to success. Now, what Charlie has achieved is remarkable, but it's not magic. It's the result of clear strategy, consistent effort, and unwavering focus, with a little bit of help from YouTube, of course. Now, Charlie, being the smart guy that he is, realized after getting clients in many different ways that YouTube was by far the most effective way to get clients. And this is something that I myself have realized as well. And that's why this is exactly what I do. I teach people how to get clients and make money from YouTube. And that's why I've helped 17 people get to 7 figures per year, and I've helped 5 people get to 8 figures per year using YouTube. And if you're interested in doing the same, then go ahead, book a call with myself or my team down in the description and the pinned comment below. And yes, I will try to sell you something. Now, the strategies that we've discussed today have been proven to work across countless niches and industries. The only question is, are you willing to put in the work to make it happen? The biggest variable that no one accounts for is time. So just pick something and stick to it. And if you do this, your YouTube success story can start today. So whether you choose to work with us or go at it alone, commit to taking action on what you've learned. Pick one strategy, one niche, implement it consistently, and watch as your channel begins to transform. And also, if you want to know how to properly monetize YouTube, I made a video detailing extensively exactly what you should do and the best possible methods for monetizing YouTube. And you can check that out by clicking right here.